Hey guys, Rishi here. It's been actually a really long time since I've made my last video, about 3 months, and there's been a lot that's changed. I've actually, ignored those that pop up there. I've actually changed every single position I've held in the last video, so basically ignore all of that, and we'll just start new from what I have right now. As you currently see, you can see all these not availables and everything that's erroring out. What's happening is that this spreadsheet's being auto-updated from an API that I'm calling. Uh, and basically, I'm just fetching data so I can keep track of the prices of all my assets that I have. So the as you can see, it's a big jump from the last from 3 months ago. So I guess we did a really good job, and we've completely passed our goal by I don't even know how much. I don't even know what our goal was, but we're doing really well. Um, yeah. So basically, I have two big positions. One of them is in DeFi Kingdoms, and this is basically why is this not? Oh, so basically this game runs on the Harmony One blockchain, and what the Harmony One blockchain is it intends to unite all the other blockchains as like a common bridge. So think of like each one floating in space, and then like Harmony is in the middle, and then everything strings to Harmony. So it's like the central hub for chain to chain swapping and interaction. So this is the biggest DEX. So basically, the biggest and most popular place where you can actually trade assets. It's just gamified, so it makes experience more like really pleasant. There's actually audio. It might be really loud, so I'm gonna play for like 2 seconds if you want to listen. Yeah, so it's like a very pleasant experience. It really immerses you in the game. They have a lot of mechanics. They have heroes. Look at all these classes, subclasses, rarities, generations. They have different attributes that help them do different quests better or worse. Um, I don't know why it's not showing I have any heroes, but oh, it's everything's loading in now. Okay, cool. Yeah, these are all my heroes. Um, and fun fact, I actually haven't paid. I didn't pay for any of these because what I've been doing is I got in really kind of early in this project when Jewel the price of Jewel was worth around $3. Right now, one jewel is worth about, let's go to UST, $7? $7.18, pumping a little bit. But I basically 2x, right? And I put around 25K in here. Half of it being jewel and the other half being one. And I farmed that for a long time when it was steady at uh, $3. So jewel steady at $3 and then one steady around like 24 cents. And by farm, I mean that I take a liquidity position, like a liquidity pair, that I provide for this game, so people can swap between those two specific assets. So if someone wanted Jewel and they wanted a specific amount of one, I supplied that so they can actually make the swap and have enough um, change, as you could say, to pay out the exact amounts. Um, so at first I did that with Jewel and one, and like one's the Harmony's native token. Um, but then I switched to Jewel and Luna when I thought Luna was very undervalued, around like $30, $40. Um, but the APRs you can see here are like really good, and that's because what they have a different mechanism on how they do this versus other dexes and different ecosystems. So sorry, I don't know why that's happening, but basically I could just do it in here. So how this works is they give an APR that's very high and very incentivizing. About 3 months ago, this APR was around on average like 2,000. Um, so you're making a lot of money, or like a lot of jewel. I mean, and a lot of money. So like how they do it is they have unlocked rewards that they give you immediately, and they have locked rewards that vest over time. So I think they start releasing like early mid next year, and then they go linearly over time. And they have quests where like there's like a mining quest, which can actually help speed up that process. Like you mine to unlock your jewel. So they have like incentives like that basically incentivizes you to provide liquidity, get these really high APRs, and I'm farming right now, with this right here, there's actually a tool that we can actually see everything that I have. This is all public, by the way. This is a public address, so you can see everything. So right now in DeFi, we have with all my locked jewels and everything. This is how much I farmed in just the locked. So it's about like 75%. So if you just take 0.25 times that, that's how much I've earned. Add that to this total, so probably about like 35, 32, 32K I've earned from like an initial 25 to 20K investment, and I've also doubled that money too. So this has been very profitable for me. And then these heroes I use with the jewel that I farmed as well. So these gained in value like crazy and are providing insane utility as well. But yeah, the gardens here, this kind of breaks it down really well. So right now I'm currently earning like 140 a day. I have about 6,000 phantoms, so I think phantoms really undervalued. Just by looking at it, like at this dip from all-time highs of like $3.50, it's very low for the utility it provides, and it's looking at like it's battling right here with Bitcoin. So I think really anything currently is a decent buy as long as it's down more than 50% from the all-time high. So you just gotta keep an eye out for that. But if it's like not super down from the all-time high, it could be a good buy because like just depends on um, what like tokenomics are driving it and like what the incentive is behind it. So I guess you could say that about anything. But anything I'm saying here is not like financial advice. I had to say it. So yeah, back to the spreadsheet. Basically, this is just what I use to keep track of everything that I have. All this is automated using just like this archive data extension on Google Sheets and a couple functions on using like this app script that I modified from CoinGecko's tutorial on how to use their API to like fetch coin like prices. And I just modified that with Nomics. Um, and basically, you just kind of log in, get your account. I mean, if you want to use my API key, you can. Don't really care. I can just make another account, but it's free. Just put it in, and then what this import JSON function is actually from my app script. So it kind of just like gets the JSON, truncates it into, well, this in this case it doesn't take it takes a non-truncated JSON and then just parses out into a CSV and then just outputs it into Sheets. And yeah, so basically I do this every 5 minutes with like a trigger that's time based, and then just updates every 5 minutes. And yeah, so let's talk about Terra, which is like the second biggest position that I have. So basically how Terra works is that it's the alter equivalent to their algorithmic stablecoin UST. So basically there's UST and there's Luna. And then if you have one to make one UST, you have to burn $1 worth of Luna. So basically it's an out like if the price for UST goes above $1, what you can actually do is to bring the price back down to the $1 peg that you want, you just burn more Luna. Or you just burn UST by making Luna. And then if the price ever goes below peg, you burn Luna to make more UST. Actually, I got those flipped. Sorry. I got those flipped. But yeah, basically that's how it works. They keep each other in peg, they balance each other out by burning the other to keep it balanced. And essentially how the mechanism works for the staking is that you provide it to a provider that what they do is they secure the blockchain and then allow transactions to occur in a fast way and a verified way. And they reward you by doing that by giving you a transaction fee for each of those transactions. And the way Luna works is different than any other ecosystem. So like if in Harmony, if you did a transaction, it's always in the native currency one. So anyone that's providing liquidity for that would like, or anyone that's staking one would get that just one. And by one, I mean like the actual currency of like Harmony. So like the Harmony 1 token, they would only get that token. in whatever percentage fee that they earned. But in Luna, you actually get dropped whatever, like you could pay your fee in any of the stablecoin currency, so or even Luna. So like UST, you could pay in UST, you could pay it in like the Korean derivative of the stablecoin, the Japanese derivative, um, or Luna itself. But I don't want to spend my Luna, so I just use it like UST. It's only a couple cents. So basically, when you stake, you get all those, and they're usually too small to like actually sell into Luna or sell to UST and then like get value from. There's just too many of them and they're too small and they accumulate too slow. So what Stater does, sorry, it took so long to get to the point, but what Stater does is that they basically pull it all together, sell it all for Luna, and they distribute it back or even auto compound it. So it's less work for the staker and it's one click. They have this one thing where they have like one click airdrops. And what that means is basically, let's see where the airdrops. So basically, how projects work on Terra is that whenever they launch their token, they actually have a certain portion of their tokenomics that's set aside for Luna stakers, and they airdrop them every week or every set interval for that token. So here, just from staking, you get these coins that you can actually go and utilize and get like stake for governance, get incentives from. Sometimes the airdrops can be really big and can make a lot of money from it. So it really just depends on the project, depends when. So if you're just staking all the time, you're always exposed to that. And right now, currently, you're at 10%. This is without stake. This is without the airdrops and without compounding. This is just in general. If you just staked it for a year, 10%. And what they also have is a liquid staking. This is also very important. So what happens is you put your Luna in, and in the regular staking, it takes 21 days to get your Luna out. So it's locked up and you don't get rewards for those 21 days. But here you could put your Luna in and you get a Luna X in return for 1.00215 of your Luna. And how this Luna X works is basically it's an appreciating asset at the rate of the staking percentage. So right now the APY is 10.72%. So one Luna X increases 10.72% per Luna to keep that staking. And what that does is it actually is actually reducing the amount of taxes you take if you go this approach, because when you collect your staking derivatives, like when you're staking Luna and you withdraw it and claim all your staking rewards, that's actually a taxable event every time you sell it or even claim it. But here the price just appreciates, and what you could do with that is when like these money markets come out, like Mars or Levana, where you can leverage any asset, you can actually just throw it in there, borrow money off of it, and then never have to pay it back because it's an appreciating asset at the staking rate. And that also accounts for Luna's appreciation as well, because it's like not because it's like off Luna as well, so it's a ratio. But yeah, this is very new. It just released actually earlier today. But yeah, so this is a really cool thing. I have about 8 in here. And if you want to like get your Luna back, you can just like exchange it for the token on like the swap here. So you can just like type in Luna X and then just swap your Luna for Luna X. But if you want to do like an arbitrage, so like if you want one Luna, a Luna X is going to be like if you have one, let me show you what be Luna actually. The thing with Luna is that there's a lot of arbitrage opportunities. So if you have like one Luna, you can actually get 1.024. So it's like a 2.5% gain just from swapping it to B Luna. And then the only thing with B Luna is that it's Anchor's version of Luna. And how Anchor works is that you bond your Luna to get B Luna, and then you can collateralize that B Luna by providing it and then borrowing from it. That's what I'm doing here. So I currently have like 430 B Luna and I'm borrowing at 40% of my locked value. And I'm earning 1% on it too in reward. So this actually a couple of months ago was like 15%. They're paying you to borrow. And then they're also paying you to, you could just put in your money into here and get 19.2%. You could borrow this 12,000 per se, take that 12,000, put it in here, earn 20% on top of the borrowed APY or APR, which is was like 15%. So you're earning like 30% just off your Luna. That's appreciating in price, and you could just keep borrowing more and staking more in here, and then just deleveraging or like repaying it once like the price gets a little bit too close to liquidation. You could just take it out of earn in like 2 seconds, and then boom, repay it. And here it's the same thing with Luna and Luna X. When you put it in here, you actually get AUST, and then you can actually buy synthetic stocks with that AUST. Oh, you can actually borrow, I think. Yeah, so like you have like AUST. So if you deposit it in this earn here, you get the equivalent amount in AUST, and that AUST you can use to actually borrow like almost 200% for Apple, and you can actually get paid to borrow this too. So it just depends on what stock and at a certain time, but that's a whole different video and a whole different thing that a lot of people explain better than I can explain. But yeah, so there's a lot of opportunity happening on Luna, and the tokenomics for Luna are actually insane, especially since they've been creating over, I think since two weeks ago, they've minted over like 2.5 billion UST. So basically they burned $2.5 billion worth of Luna to make that UST. And you can see how that cuts it from the supply, the total supply. And that creates a supply shock. So there are charts where if you like look at coin market cap chart Luna, yeah. So you can see right here, back here, this big jump right here, we put in all-time highs, right? On December, wait, this is right now. Hold on, let's go back here. 7 days. Yeah, so like right here, this is the price chart. And if we go to the market cap chart, let's go back a little bit. Okay, wait, never mind. Oh wait, I'm looking at. Never mind. I think I'm getting confused with something else. So just ignore that last part. If you're still watching this, I'm probably not gonna cut it out. So, hey, you saw a blooper. But yeah, basically that's everything that's happening. I've created this spreadsheet, and then hopefully in the future I'll make a little bit more videos, and you can see how much it grows. I have a feeling it's gonna grow pretty exponentially, considering how much I have now, and the knowledge I've gained in these past couple months. Kind of just been nonstop, just absorbing information about this, and these right now are my 3 biggest plays. Well, almost 3 only plays, but the Terra's I'm gonna hold for a really long time. Hopefully, I'll never have to repay this borrowed value. I mean, I can, but I don't have to. That's the plan. Where Luna will appreciate enough where this will drop down to like 30, and then I'll just keep it steady at 30. And then drops below, boom, borrow to 30, goes above, take some of my stable coins, and then just dump it in there. Bring it back down to 30, keep it there as the price drops or anything like that. That's the plan. And then hopefully this collateral value will be like $1 million or 2 million or something. I'll keep adding because like I make with DeFi Kingdoms. I don't know what this is, but I think I showed it on this. Yeah, I make about 140 a day. So what I do is I take that 140 in Jewel, I sell it to Luna, and then what I do is I could easily just bridge it. So today I bridged 2.29 Luna over to the Terra ecosystem. So it just plops in this wallet right here. And then what I do is I just take that. I can actually, yeah, what I do is I just swap it here and I get this 2.5 extra percent. And then all I need to do is just deposit it into I just provide it here. And what I do is I just slowly lower this. Keep on contributing, and then it just builds up. Hopefully, I'm aiming to get this to like 500 pretty soon. Right now, I'm only contributing like 2 Luna a day. So with this, like the higher the price goes for Luna, I don't think I'll be making as much. Depends how high my LP is. So sorry for having a long rambling video. It's been a long time, so out of practice. But I'm just gonna upload this one. Please leave any comments. If you have any questions, I'll answer them for sure. yeah, please leave a like, subscribe. You can leave a dislike too. Only I'll see it. No one will see it because of YouTube. But okay. Yeah, I'll see you guys later.